Yo, what's up guys? Today I am going to be starting my new series, and that is Road to 120 Slayer. Ever since Jagex announced the 120 Slayer update at RuneFest, I've wanted to get it, and there's never been a really good time to start getting it until now, and recently I've really had the motivation to do it. So like I said, there's never been a better time to start. Now I'm not sure how long this is going to take, but I'm pretty sure it's going to take quite a while since I'm not going to be constantly doing it. I do have to do other things such as bossing and stuff, you know, to try and pump those videos out as well. So I guess I'll just try and fit in Slayer whenever I can. I do have until like June to get this, so I do have plenty of time. Also, I'm going to be tracking all the Slayer drops that I get, and I'm going to be putting them into a big Slayer tab. So hopefully by the time I finish with this, I'll have well over 1 bill in that tab. And then I guess I can just make a video of me selling it all at the end. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, it's going to be a while before I actually get 120. So you'll have to wait quite a while for that. But anyway, let's get into it. The first task that I got was 158 Airuts. Now Airuts are actually a pretty decent task. They're probably one of the best. Not only are they good Slayer XP, but they're also quite good money as well, especially since I'm going to be picking up everything from this series. So I'm just going to be picking up all of the Airut bones, and that's like at least 8k per kill, not to mention some of the other drops that they drop. Some are well over 20k, so it's a good money maker as well. From this first task we got 126,400 XP and 2.1 mil GP. As you can tell from the price checker, just under half of the money comes from the Airut bones, and then the rest of the money obviously comes from the other items. So yeah, if you're going to Airuts, definitely pick up the bones because they are worth a lot of money. Moving on to the second task, and I got Airuts again. Now I was contemplating skipping them, but they're such good XP and money that you should never really just skip Airuts. I actually have them on my prefer list, so I'm probably going to be getting a lot of these. And to be honest, I'd rather do these than most of the other tasks. So whenever I get Airuts, I think I'm just going to do them, even if I get them like 3 times in a row. But yeah, let's take a look at what we earned from this task. We earned a bit less than last time. It was only 2 mil instead of 2.1. And as for the Slayer XP, we got exactly 120,000. Obviously, I guess we got less money and less XP because we were assigned less. But at this point in time, Airut money seems to be pretty consistent. Moving on to my next task, and this is a brand new task that I've never actually done before. And this was 61 Rune Dragons. Like I said, this was my first time ever here, and I'm already in love with this task. Not only do you have a chance to get upgrades for the tier 90 boots, which are worth like over 20 million each, but this is actually also insane XP, and it's also insane consistent money as well. Let's just take a look at the XP that we earned and the money that we earned. We earned 125,000 XP more or less, and that was just from 61 Rune Dragons, and we also got 3.5 mil as well. And the 3.5 mil are just from the normal drops, and we didn't even get anything big. So during this task, I immediately put them on my prefer list. Just after killing them for 10 minutes, I knew straight away that I was going to love this task, and I definitely want more of them, so you know, why not add them to my prefer list. But anyway, moving on to my fourth task, and that was 75 Glacors. I was actually pretty happy getting this task since I haven't done Glacors in a while. Glacors used to be my main moneymaker back in the day when the boots were worth like 15, 25 and 40 mil each. I still remember when Jagex did that double drop weekend, if any of you were playing back then. I remember I was camping Glacors for the whole weekend, and I got 2 double steadfast boot drops. So that means I got 4 of the boots instead of 2. And back then that was like bank made, that was like 160 mil because each one was worth like 40 mil. So yeah, always good memories coming back here. And the magic XP and Slayer XP is still pretty great. The money per hour is kinda lacking. As you can see from this, we got 141k XP and we got a little over 1 mil GP. Don't think I'm going to add this to my prefer list because they aren't that good consistent money. And also I kinda don't want to train mage, I kinda just want to use my scythe all the way up to 120 attack. Kills are just so much faster with a scythe because you can just AoE everything down. And yeah, if you're killing things faster, you're going to be getting more Slayer XP per hour and more money per hour as well. Next up, what a surprise, we got Airuts again. But this time something a little different happened. I got this. I didn't even know that Airuts had a rare drop. I thought they were just like all common and uncommon drops. I really had no idea that they could drop Razorback gauntlets. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I've killed loads of Airuts before and I've never got that drop, so it must be quite rare. But anyway, let's take a look at the total GP earned, and that was 3.7 mil. Over a third of that was from the Razorback gauntlets, but the rest of the items are pretty much what they were worth before in previous clips. So yeah, this is just even more proof of the Airuts consistency. On the 6th task, we got some Order of the Acension Members. Now this task used to be a pretty good one, but now that the keys have gone down in price, this task is kinda shitty. So I just tried to get it over and done with as quick as possible, so I just did Rorari. I didn't even get a key drop, so that was how bad it was. I couldn't even be bothered to get everything into my inventory, so I'm just going to show you on here what I earned, and that was 264k, and I also got a little less than 20k XP. Straight after this task, we got Airuts once again. Now this is the last time we're getting Airuts in this video, so don't worry, but they're just such good money on XP. Let's take a look at this. We got 122k Slayer XP, and we got a little bit less than before in terms of money. We got 1.9 mil. I guess the common drops just weren't as good on us as they were earlier, but still 1.9 mil is pretty damn good. Next up we got 240 Greater Demons, and as you can see on the screen for this we went to Krill. Not sure if I'm going to be coming here in the future whenever I get this task. Only reason I was doing it this time is because I needed to get some specific drops for my Road to All Boss Drop series. And we did actually end up getting a drop, and the funny thing is we didn't even get it from Krill himself, we got it from one of his minions. As you can see on the screen, Krill is still dying and the boot drops are on the floor, so yeah, it was from one of the minions. However, the boots don't really affect my Road to All Boss Drop series since I've got this drop already, so I was kinda disappointed but not disappointed at the same time, because it is an influx in money, even though it's dropped rapidly in price recently for some reason. If anyone knows the reason why it's actually done that, please let me know in the comments. But anyway, yeah, let's take a look at the price check. You should add 1.2 mil onto this price check because I forgot to add the Boots of Subjugation in here, and I also forgot to add around 500k worth of coins that I picked up, so it should be around 3.6 mil. And as for the XP, I got 166k XP. So going to Krill for Slayer isn't actually that bad. You get quite a bit of money and plus any drops that you get obviously. However, I did actually die here because I wasn't paying attention, and I just pretty much just got KO'd by one of his big attacks. So that is why you may notice a little less XP than I should have gotten, because for the rest of the kills I just went to normal Greater Demons. Next up we got Steel Dragons. It's a pretty dead task to be honest. These and Iron Dragons are pretty shitty. This only took like 20 minutes, but let's take a look at what we got. In total we got 550k GP and around 35k XP. This task is kind of a weird one because I don't really want to spend 30 Slayer points in order to like skip it, but then on the other hand I don't really want to spend 20 minutes doing it either. So it's kind of up in the air whatever I do for these tasks in the future. I'll probably just end up doing it because like I said it does take only 20 minutes to do, and if you think about it the XP per hour isn't that bad. It is around 100k, but yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass just to get geared up and walk all the way to Steel Dragons. Next up we got Elves. Now these to me were surprisingly a very good task, because they're pretty easy to like set up in a big group that you can just like AoE once they spawn again, and that's pretty much what I was doing. I got 4 or 5 of them in a big group, and then whenever they respawned again I just AoE'd them down with my scythe. So that is why a scythe is just so insanely useful. It just made this task go extremely quickly, and I didn't actually realize that these guys could drop crystal seeds as well. So let's take a look at what we got. We got around 2.5 mil in GP, and as you can see we got 2 weapon seeds and 3 armor seeds. The weapon one is obviously worth more because people use it for invention, and then the rest of the drops are pretty decent as well. For the most part they drop noted items so you can just stack them in your inventory, and not to mention the Slayer XP that we got from this task is pretty decent as well. So yeah, I really like this task and I probably will prefer it in the future if I get it again. Moving on to the next task, and once again it's a task that I've never done before, and that was Adamant Dragons. Now Adamant Dragons seem to be a bit more lackluster than Rune Dragons. The XP that you get from them is kinda nowhere near what the XP that you get from Rune Dragons are, and the same goes for the money, even though the money is actually still pretty decent, and the tasks seem to go pretty quickly. So let's take a look at what we got. We got 31k Slayer XP and we got 1 mil GP. I mean, this ain't a bad task. It took probably more or less the same time as the Steel Dragon task took, and it pretty much just gives double the money that Steel Dragons do. So in the future I guess I'm still going to be doing these tasks. The next task that we got was Automatons. It's been ages since I've got an Automaton task. I mean, even in the last time I was hyped over Slayer, I didn't get an Automaton task back then, but I've finally got one now. And once again I was just quickly AoEing them down with my scythe, and I actually ended up getting some pneumatic gloves. So I'm already really happy with this task just because of the gloves. The gloves are worth 3.7 mil at the moment, so that's a great increase into my money. Let's take a look at the final price check of all the drops that we got. As you can see, we got 4.1 mil GP in total, and 3.7 mil of that is from the pneumatic gloves. So the standalone drops from the Automatons aren't that good. I'm pretty sure that's mainly because they drop a lot of seeds, and seeds aren't worth anything at the moment. Hopefully Jagex do an update to seeds so they actually are valuable in the future. But anyway, other than the money, we also got 61k XP, which is pretty damn nice. The last Slayer task of this first episode is 188 Abyssal Demons. Now everyone praises Abyssal Demons for being a great Slayer task, but I don't really see the hype in them. I did this task expecting them to be amazing, but they were pretty mediocre. People say they're really AFK as well, but I'm not sure if they're using an aggression potion when they're saying that, because I was doing this task and it wasn't really AFK at all. So in the future I'm probably going to end up using an aggression potion just to make this go a bit more smooth. But anyway, from this task we got 52k Slayer XP and a little under 1 mil GP. I didn't pick up the Infernal Ashes because it wasn't worth sending them to the bank. and it wasn't worth picking them up with my magic note paper either, because the magic note paper is actually worth more than the infernal ashes. So I guess that's just one drop that I'm not going to be picking up unless it's already noted. But anyway, that's it for the Slayer tasks. Let's look at the total amount of GP and XP that we earned in this episode. So for this first episode, we earned a little over 1.2 mil Slayer XP and 25.8 mil GP. This is what the Slayer tab looks like at the moment. I'm pretty happy with it. I've tried to organize it as best as I can, and I think this looks pretty nice. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any tips for me, please let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, subscribe if you're new, and peace!